This episode have been brought to you by Raw Vegan Plant-Based Protein Powder, the undisputed champion of plant-based protein powder. I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. Visit rawvegan.com. Welcome to the Second Win Sports Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and alongside...
It's your boy, Caesar Fantastic.
Well, we also have in the building the great J.R. What's going on, champ?
Not much. I was just glad I made it here because I'll be ready to get on these. So I'm happy I just made it.
And we happy you made it too, man. You know, it's an honor and a pleasure, man. What we gonna do? We gonna dive in right now, man. The fight between Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. We're gonna start off with these predictions, man, off the break, man. I want to start off with the main event, the undercard, but I want to briefly talk about the main event, and then we're gonna go to the undercard. I'm not gonna do my predictions to the undercard until we're not gonna do our predictions to after the main. I mean, after the undercard itself. So just talk about this weigh-in. Start off with this weigh-in, man. Cease, what was your thoughts on it with Gervonta jumping on the scale today, making a slim trim 133 pounds, if I'm not mistaken? How you feel?
It's like you say, like you've been saying, man. Tank been staying at that weight.
Yeah,
he been staying down there. He been staying in shape. He been staying ready. He ain't struggling to get to 135. So it's like naturally he's a smaller guy, like, you know what I'm saying. So it's just showing it's easy for him. It's easy to make that weight. He locked in. He been locked in. He ready to go. This just showed that it's been easy for him.
JR, what's your thoughts on it, man, about him making that solid 133?
Cause I feel like he could make 30. Be honest with you, he can make 30. He just chooses to be 35. I knew it when I saw him drinking water and stuff at the way, like big Fiji waters at the weigh-in, not the press conference. And he turned and looked at Frank and said, "Can you do this?" Told him the bottle, yeah. And to me, that's real trash talk to me. That can make a guy really go to his head like, oh Lord, rounds 9 through 12. If I don't do this right, me struggling to make this weight is gonna catch up to me around round. If I do everything right, maybe round 10 it catch up to me and I could coast. Like that's what started going through a fight and creep into his mind.
Yeah.
But he can make 30. I think he comfortably makes 35 just so he don't have to worry about, this and that. Am I going to make it? And I remember in the past he would, have trouble, but that was back when he would balloon up.
Right.
And now a lot of rude, like not now, but a while back, you could see, whatever rude awakenings that came. Remember we talked about the Hector Camacho thing about when Hector Camacho said, I can't keep doing this to my body and think it's going to keep letting me get away with it.
Right.
And I think he had that wake-up call. I don't know when.
Yeah.
And then, it could also be a child. You like, man, I started taking this more serious like I did in the ambulance. When he first turned pro, man was always in shape.
Yeah.
When he first turned pro, he was fighting local. He was always in shape. So, I mean, he looks like that again. So, but Frank didn't look too bone dry to me. I don't think he looked bone dry. He looked strong, but he didn't look like I done seen some bone dry guys.
Okay.
But Frank didn't look bone dry to me on the scale.
He didn't to you?
Not as bad as I thought he was gonna look.
I thought he looked bad. I personally thought he looked he wasn't like, like I've seen worse. I've seen jokers look.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Me and you done seen some dudes look like zombies.
Devin.
Not even Devin. I remember, I'm not going to say the party's name, but I remember being at fights where I done seen a dude have a weight in the amateurs and in the pro. Do have a weight class on lock, and they come in there and they look so just
Yeah, yeah.
drowned, just drained. And then as soon as they hit the curtain to go up on the stage and sit or get on the scale, they straighten up, they turn it on,
Yeah.
and then they man. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of why I'm thinking he didn't look too bad compared to my past. I've seen other things.
Statement. True statement.
Uh,
Um, what y'all think about Frank Martin weighing in? He weighed in, I think, what, 134 something and a half or something of that nature. I don't have the exact not amount what he weighed. I know he was underweight.
yeah,
It was under. Yeah.
it's expected. You know, he's professional. No, Derek James gonna get him right, gonna get him in shape. Good trainer, good camp. Spence in his corner as well. So yeah, you expect him to make the weight. You expect him to make the weight however he can. So it's expected.
JR, how you feel about it?
I won't know exactly how I feel till if it gets to round 8 or 9.
Okay.
Let's see
I won't
how he made
honestly
it. Yeah.
know.
I
Because
yeah.
we already know Derek James camps. He's known for having balloon fighters and
Oh
getting them
yeah.
down to weight.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true
He
statement.
can get you
He,
there.
he literally is known for that, like having his guys come in into camp 40 pounds over, like Roberto Duran. Like back in the day, you never heard of that except for Roberto Duran, or of course Mr. Bowl, stuff like that, 40, 50 pound swings. But back in the
Yeah.
day, it used to
Tony
be.
Mayorga.
Mhm. Back in the day, it used to be before that 40. I made sure I watched my weight. That I ain't go past 51. Or basically, you didn't do no 20 pounds. You didn't do all that back in the day. Dudes used to be like, oh, if I fought it this way, you would normally see them not far from like nine, maybe 9, maybe 12, but that's it. Not even 15. Not no 15, not no 20, 25. None of the guys I saw.
Hmm.
And now, and two, yeah, but you gotta remember back then it was same day weigh in sometimes going into the, switch from day to one day, full day between weigh ins, then it switched to guys. Oh, if I fight at 47 and I usually walk around at 55, I'm gonna try to fight at 35 now.
Hmm.
Because if I do that, I'm gonna be super strong when I hit these guys. And then it started being that type of party with certain guys. So with Frank, I won't know until I see his legs as the fight go on.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to them. I'm gonna go to Benavidez.
Mm.
Um, how what you think about him when he jumped on the scale today?
I wasn't worried about it because he killed himself to make 68
Yeah.
sometimes. Like maybe his last two fights, the Caleb Plant fight and the Boo Boo fight, that was probably like the easiest in a long time he's made 68.
Mm-hmm.
But you talking about giving him an extra 7? Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking about his
Yeah.
weight during. Oh,
Yeah.
he enjoying every bit of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you one thing.
He said that the other day. He said the other day that's the easiest weight cut he had in a long time. Said
I
that at
did
the
notice.
at the rivals. The easiest weight cut I had in a long time. I'm loving this. Like I feel stronger. I feel better. We're
Yeah.
gonna see how it translate.
His body, last did looked a little flabby to me though. When I
That's
look,
all the time with him.
that's the way he
That's
is.
always.
So he got one of those weird bodies that a
Mm-hmm.
boxing body, but if you an everyday fan, you see that you thinking like, hold on, I don't know, is he out of
Mm.
shape? But you're right, he never had like no vicious
Yeah,
six pack down there or none of that. So
never been cut.
Guys like that creep me out, yo. I remember JC Candello back in the day on ESPN. JC Candello. I remember just different fighters where you'll see them get on the scale. Oh, Baby Bull Diaz. Oh, Baby Bull Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Dude, get on the scale, and they like, is he in the right weight class?
right,
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be going another weight class down? He look fat.
Yeah.
And that's just how they are. Like they do all the work. Like then you get to talking to people, and I know he really trains hard. I was again. He really. That's just how his body looks.
Yeah.
yep,
That's just how his body looks. Like he really is in shape. Then those sometimes be the dudes that throw 100 punches around. That's the crazy part. The dudes who look like that sometimes be the main dude
The most
who
active.
throws 60, 70, 80 punches around. Like every time. Go all the way back to JC Candelo. Who's the dude who upset JC Candelo? He took the fight on like a week, no, like a day or two notice and came into ESPN and beat off. Forget the guys. I got to go to the box rec. But him and so many dudes, and you be like, oh, there's no way he could take a body shot. There's no way he got anybody. Man, them dudes wind up, you hit him to the body, still feel like a brick wall. Be like, oh,
right.
It's just weird, yo. It's just weird.
It's hidden back there. That's what I always tell people. They be like, man, you fat. I be like, I'm just hidden back there.
So let's go do some of the fight predictions. C's, you got do you got the fight card on you?
Yeah, I got it right here. Okay, so we doing the main card. Main card gonna start with Carlos Adames versus Terrell Gausha.
Oh, Carlos Adames is back.
Oh yeah, Adames.
Even though I feel like my boy J Rock was giving them the blues and they stopped that fight on some BS, but we not even gonna go there. But nah, they ain't gonna But yeah, he's strong though. I like him. He gonna beat Terrell. Like Terrell, great, good Olympian and everything. You don't make it if you can't fight. But he's one of those guys that's slow and they don't get made up for with power.
Yeah.
Like so, he kind of like you got a guy like Adames. I might give him a walking over. Give him a working over as the rounds go on. Yeah. But Adames don't impress me too much. He seems like to me he a typical puncher, but that's the thing. He's still a puncher.
He's a puncher.
He's still like he hits you, you know about it, unfortunately. So when he hits you and it, it's still his skill sets are made up for with his bricks. And that kind of sucks. Like, it sucks when you the other guy because you're doing everything right. But even when he hits you, the worst is when the dudes can crack and they hit you on the glove and it's like, you block a dude who can crack. Like, all right, you're going into a dude can crack. But when you pick and catch, and you like, and you feel it through the glove when you catch it, that's when like, oh, shit, this dude can crack. Yeah. You still feel a jolt. Like, of course, you're going to feel a little something because it ain't sparring gloves. So you're not going to have that big wide, you're going to have that extra wideness to catch. So that window, that pocket is a little bit smaller for them to get back here or get here when you block. That's why I always love J-Rock. But you still expect to feel like a dude, whatever. But when you feel it and it's a serious jolt,
it's a thump, yeah.
and your vision go like this for a second, even though you block it, just that little bit, he's like, oh, this dude can crack like that?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I gotta really try to take his gas tank from him with a jab to the body. See where we go.
Yeah. I like Adames, man. He's active hands, and I'm damn near casual with this one, but I love power punches, man. I love knockout.
No, I'm not knocking. It take a lot you can have power all you want, but if you can't precisely, as you move up that ladder, precisely set your man up, and it gets worse as you go up the ladder. That's why I always said about Deontay Wilder, he's still not no fluke. Like, even if he's still at a certain level. You got all the power in the world, but if you don't know how to set it up and you don't know how to precisely put it to where it's supposed to be put to get a guy out of there, it don't matter if you got power. So I'm not knocking that you said that. Like, it's still a blessing that you still got to work on.
Yeah. Think about this fight is Gausha only been knocked down once in his career. Ain't never been knocked out. Durable dude, man. So it'll be a testament if Adames could get him out of there, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
At 6 a.m. They might not be able to make that.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm mad at y'all. Where the Adrian Broner and Wilder clips at?
Oh yeah. We gotta put them up. We gotta throw them up there.
Y'all didn't just hear me.
Not that, not that.
Yeah.
Where the
All right,
Canelo
bro.
clip
Y'all thought I
up?
was
Where the
muted.
Canelo? You told me that Canelo clip was going up about what I said about Benavidez.
Yeah, she.
Remember? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got it,
both.
man. I gotta find it, man. I've been doing so many different clips with all these. This fight week been so hectic, man.
Yeah. No bull.
I ain't know. I thought my Prodigy fans. I thought my mic was muted. Man, I'm
Yeah, I
talking
was like,
to
shit, I was trying
myself.
to find how to mute you.
Yeah, right.
But
Man, I
yeah,
thought my
nah.
mic was muted. So,
But yeah, I
yeah,
think
but
Gausha
I
he's a
will.
tough dude. Tough dude, like you said, Olympian. One thing that I think could give what you call Adames problems
Yes, sir.
is that type of experience, that type of boxing experience or whatever. He had problems with certain type of veteran styles or whatever, certain veteran type of what you call it. So I
Yeah.
think that could be something that could give him problems, but I think he'll take care of it. I think he'll take care of this one. See?
I get it. I get what you're saying. I do. I do. I just feel like Terrell, that C pattern got to be working ASAP. As soon as you go out there, that C pattern got to be on point. If it's not, it ain't gonna make no. It's not gonna make a difference. But I just feel like Terrell has a great C pattern, but he doesn't have enough speed with the feet or hands to keep a guy like that turning. You gotta think Adames is slow. Like his feet are not no swift, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it says something. You gotta really be able, in the way you make up for that, if your feet aren't that fast to keep them turning, you have to make up for that with the feints and the jabs at the end of exchanges. And then boom, and then go back this way. Boom, go back that way, whatever. And then that's how you have to make up for it. And I done seen guys who just throw a lot of punches still catch up to Gausha.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he'll do it, but the guys who just throw a lot of punches still wind up catching up to him. So if you put that with a power punch in there, like Gausha and like Adames, Gausha's not gonna. I don't see him. I see him somehow getting trapped in certain spots, and that's where the most damage is going to get done and be sustained.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to be the story of the fight.
Yeah, I see it as him getting caught with something, feeling it,
Yes, sir.
and then he getting scared to throw them punches. He just I'm just gonna be on survival mode. I got him being on survival mode after a round. You said you don't?
I don't get that. I don't understand. Like, to get hit to where now you don't even want to punch, just work your jab. Just work your jab. If young fighters watching, if two things about your jab, if you're in there with a guy who's like me, super fast, like fast and faint, a lot of feints or whatever, don't get too scared of the speed. Go look at when Vernon Ford sports changed. He says it at the end of the interview, at the first fight. He said, young fighters, if you ever get in with a guy you worried about his speed, work your jab. Don't be afraid to work your jab. But when you in there with a guy who hits hard, and you got these guys who, they get hit, they get scared to punch them, they don't throw nothing. Still work your jab. Of course, you can say, hey, you can count on my jab, come over top. I understand that. But just be educated with the jab. Make it systematic to where you're going to be throwing 3 jabs. You're going to not just throw your, Charlo. You know how Charlo throws the same jab, right? Like just boom, boom, nonstop. Even when he doubles it, it's the same way. Change it up to where it's up and down. Next thing you know, you slide your head over, boom, you pull over here, boom, feint, boom. And then you might do a shotgun one, boom. And then after that, change to 3 fast and pop. What change that's how you keep a guy with power off balance. But do it and then boom, and then walk. Or pull back this way, go back the other way. Get on the line and milk. By that time, you done took 10 seconds off the clock. Now y'all reset. Another 5 seconds go off the clock. Now you put a little bull jab out there just to measure them. Take another 5 seconds off the clock. Next thing you know, you 30 seconds in. You just milking it. Pump, feign him again. See if he, all right, he pulling up. Okay, but he's still trying to bring the pressure. All right, run into this. Don't ever be afraid to work your jab. Trust it. That's the first punch you ever throw. The first fight you're ever in, your trophy has the jab. Every trophy that you get, the jab is extended. The first punch you're taught, the jab is extended. Like, I never forget Granddad Tom, rest in peace, Granddad Tom. I never forget you said this. Because my father whooped my hind parts one night. He said, I did something in school, and he was like, you know what your punishment gonna be? So what? He said, so my punishment was I had to throw my jab all night. I'm 5'6", with 18 ounces on. He took his 18 ounces off the closet, and I throw my jab. He would call it either jab, double jab, or what. Every jab he called, I had to throw it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same, boom, changing it. It was jab. And then I never forget Tom Brown said, jab will get you. He said, throw your jab more. We was when we was in Daryl Coley camp. He was like, work your jab, throw your jab some more. He's like, I like how you throw your jab. Always remember, a jab will get you where you want to go, and a jab will get you out of trouble.
Facts.
So what Alderman is work your jab.
Definitely one of the same.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I got Adamas. You know, Adamas. I'm gonna go decision though, because Gaché shows that he got a chin and got
grit.
Yeah, he's tough dude. But I'm gonna go Adamas by decision. She got.
I really don't know nothing about neither one of them dudes, to be honest with you.
Adamas just beat J-Rock like 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
I heard about that though. Yeah, I did hear about
that. But J-Rock was giving him the blues. And if J-Rock feet were faster, because remember when I broke down a situation I told y'all in private about when I was slightly J-Rock in camp a little bit, and I said my feet are faster than J-Rock's, but J-Rock works better than I do on the inside. And he was giving Adamas the blues, and his feet wasn't even moving that fast. Then when he got on the inside, of course, J-Rock, no matter what gloves he wear, he know what he can get away with whatever gloves he wear.
Mm-hmm.
Like if with Grant's, it's a good defensive glove. It got a little bit of padding on the wrist. Got a good crease right here. If you want to block it sideways here, whatever. Power lock, instead of being streamlined like Grant going straight up. Power lock, I got something right in my room. It's it kind of goes outward a little bit, just slightly. As you go straight up, it goes like out a little bit. Okay. So that extra little outside width by the knuckle, you can block more, go back to the ear, and then when you block, it has a bar right here. So that bar is to help you squeeze when you punch, and that bar is right there to help you block punches.
Catch it.
Yeah, and when you got Reyes on, you're pretty much freaking screwed. Because Reyes ain't got a damn thing. Yeah. Reyes ain't got no bomb right here. Reyes ain't got no pad right here on the inside. Like some programs got a little bit of cushion right here. Nah, Reyes, only thing is about punching. That's it, just punching. Ain't got no wrist padding, no nothing. All you ain't got nothing. So any block or whatever, you gonna feel it. And anytime in that window that you have to try to block is bigger when you got Reyes on. So that window to get hit on your ear or behind the ear on that nerve or to the inside of the temple is bigger because of how slender and sleek Reyes gloves is. And J-Rock knew how to always get away with anything. He could pick here on the crease of the glove. He just knew how to work any glove. Not everybody knows how to do that. Some people probably like, what the hell is he talking about? But trust me, if you go to any old train, they'll tell you what gloves you buying the training. You should know them gloves well. Walk around with them in the house, know what you can get away with, what you can't. So that's why I always admired Jerry, because he could do so many things with blocking. And he was giving Adames the blues. And they were pumping Adames up so hard because you know how they love. I always say behind a great white hope. I always say that behind a great white hope, they always love a puncher. If you ain't a great white hope, if you ain't the right complexion to get connection, the other thing they're gonna love is if you can punch. Mm-hmm. And he can punch, so they were always hyping up his stoppages and everything. And he was giving him the blues. And then even when he started to catch up to J-Rock a little bit, J-Rock would easily recover, get back onto the groove of things. So when they had the chance to stop it, They stopped it
Stopped
quick.
immediately.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I just he's a power puncher, and I'm not taking that from because he's still stopping guys. There's some dudes out here who don't even got knockouts, who
Yeah.
don't have a lot of knockouts. So it's still like I still respect that, but I feel like right now the way he is, he's still the same. Like he still shouldn't. By now, he should be adding throwaway jabs. He should be adding boom, boom, pull the hand back, like basically put it here and then pull it like you just touching the glove, and then boom, and then pull his hand down, boom, drop it, Rick. Or one other thing you do, he still smothers. Instead of he'll get you to the rope, still be lunging in with the hook when you should. By the time boom, boom, okay, do something to the rope. By the time you get here, like if I'm backing up and I come up to you and I get hit, I know I'm a smother because look at where my arm is going. I'm going past you. Don't step into it. Just rock, and then boom, pull your stuff. Because now you're not smothering your work, and now he gonna grab you, and now you're trying to do this and all this junk. And I don't feel like he has those attributes yet for them to be pumping him up as high as they pumping him up to get these shots. And I don't understand that because Benavidez is a big puncher, but Benavidez is trying to add to his game.
Yeah, Benavidez, he's switching it up. But yeah, I did notice that Adames, he do jump in there sometimes. He'll just lunge in and hook all. And I'm like, I'm a little worried when you get up, to fighting them elite guys. When if they could time that boy, you in trouble. But
yeah.
Yo, next fight on the card. It's Gary Antoine Russell versus Alberto Puello. Think about that one.
Man, I got Antoine to pull this one off, man. I think you'll knock this guy out as well. Puello, if I'm saying his name.
Alberto Puello.
Yeah. I also heard Gary Russell call out. I mean, not call out, but they just was like, man, they got their mark on Devin Haney.
Oh Lord.
They like once that title, they say, man, we WBC. Yeah, you gotta see us, buddy. You gotta come see us.
They first in line.
First in line. You gotta come see me. They said from his performance, Gary Russell was like from his performance, the last fight, it's best for Devin Haney to come see him if he want to get any notability or any recovery or any any recuperation of the L that he has taken. The best thing for him to do is come see the hometown hero, man.
You laughing like he hell.
What you got to say, Jay?
God damn. Oh Lord, jeez, oh Lord, just like you just know you got an ass will be coming when you get home from school. God damn.
Hey,
I mean, don't get me wrong. You supposed to be a fighter. You ain't no sucker or whatever. But God damn. All right, you go from one beating to another. Like no tune up. This is not a tune up guy.
Man, at all.
This ain't no tune up. Not even. And here's the thing for people who don't understand. There is a such thing as a top 15 tune up. I ain't gonna lie. There is a such thing. And I'm not just talking about no rock, soccer, boost them up to get to the, ranking out of the blue. No, I mean, like, there's not saying the guys at the bottom from 10 to 15 is trash. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's still, like, for instance, Mustafa Hamsho. Remember Mustafa Hamsho? He fought Hagler twice because Hagler was champ for so freaking long.
Yep.
That Mustafa Hamsho wind up fighting, got beaten this guy, then he wound up losing, coming back and fighting him again. No different than Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Ray Boom Mancini beat this contender, that contender, that contender. And basically, you could be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and be a bad dude, but that champ might be on top of his game and see things, he's just a slight notch better than you, to where even though you're fighting for a title, your world title is his tune-up. Because as good as you are, you're not that ready for him yet. So that's what I mean. And I'm saying Devin don't even get a chance to get like, all right, I'm gonna fight mandatory or fight a top 15 contender, but it's a guy who I'm a step ahead of, who's good, that's gonna get me back in the groove of things, get me back to getting hit, adjust it, go 12, or stop him in 9 or stop him in 11, but still I got the rounds. And man, you go from that beating that you took, and you got to get in there with Tweezy ass.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tweezy ass.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, I'm starting to think Devin ain't going. Remember Uncle Shea way back. We had a quick conversation. I think it was at Merlin Live. Not Merlin. Was it Merlin Live? I forget. But it was when Wilder had lost to Fury. And I said to you, he ain't beating nobody else. Me and Dad think he ain't beating nobody else in the top 15. He done. He might get a tune-up guy, but and guess what wound up happening? He ain't beat nobody else.
He did.
And you got certain guys that I'm looking at Devin, and I'm like, with Devin's boxing skills, he's formidable for anybody, man. But at the same time, if you can't punch, and you not as tall and as long as Professor Fox, then you short, because of course you don't want to take no unnecessary punishment. I always tell you don't take no stupid punishment. You don't be in unnecessary wars or whatever, because you're still taking shots, and each shot takes some time, take a toll after a while. But you could be in there and not trying to take no shots, but if you walking forward on the guy and you pick and catch his shot, because sometimes you get hit on purpose. And what I mean by get hit on purpose is when the bell rings, you come out to a guy, you feign him, you circle him, you see what you're working with, whatever. Child might throw 3 fast jabs, touch, you feign him again, see what he gonna bite on, walk in again. And I want to see what type of power I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna pick. I'm not gonna just slip his first shot. I'm gonna pick, catch, to see what type of power I'm dealing with. And I've done it. It's like, man, go back to the corner. Like, dang, he can't crack. Go sit on the stool, Dad. Be like, hey, all right, what we dealing with? Nah, Dad, he can't crack. All right, look, start walking this boy down, but stay alert. Don't get caught with no bull crackers. He might be rocking you to sleep and then load up a big shot. Make you think he tired, or make you think he really can't crack. And you start walking him down, and you just walking, boom, boom, brick, walking. And Devin is in that type of trouble now with his career, where if he's not making nobody respect him, and you're going nowhere but up, and you're talking about you could barely make 40, so you're going to 47. When you go to 47, you're talking about guys who are you got to eat more to get to 47. Yeah, Devin walks around pretty big, but let's be real here. He jogging everything, but come on now. It ain't like guys like Swift Jared Hurd back in the day cutting to get to 54. And some of these dudes cutting to get to 47. Yeah. Now you gonna hit these dudes and they ain't gonna move at all. And now you going in there with somebody like Tweezy, who just gonna barrel through you. And then if you want to box, he's gonna box with you and really make you look bad with speed and power. That's not good. It's like a lose-lose in his career now. Like, man, who can he beat? Because sooner or later, all right, we get him a good tune-up. He's gonna have to fight him or him or him or him. Yep. And it's 60 or 70% of that daggone rankings is bricklayers.
No, 11.
40 to 47. With some decent speed. Like, what the...
I've been saying that since he was at 135. I said, man, he better do everything he can to stay 135, because 40 is scary. Like, everybody cracking. And then if you go 47, good night,
But
it's spooky.
I think it for Devin Haney, man. Devin gonna have to. That's the fight he gonna have to take if he want redeem his name.
What I say as soon as the minute this fight got announced, I said, they trying to get Devin up out of here, man.
Yep.
Because, I mean, as the interim, you first in line for that title shot.
Yep.
And looking back at the interim title, it ain't been an interim title, a WBC interim at 140 since 18 when Prograis had it. And they gave it to Prograis, I guess, after I think Mikey and Broner for the title. or whatever. When Mikey got brought up for the title, and Mikey wound up moving up to 47 after that, so the title was vacant. Prograis got it. Boom. He held the title all that time, and they ain't have an interim. Now they got an interim. And Devin the interim. I said, oh, fine. Y'all got an interim now. Y'all trying to get that man up out of here.
I don't even drink. I ain't never had to drink a day in my life. But, man, once again, I need something stronger than this ginger ale. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's it, man. They trying to get Devin out of here. And I think it really stems from the Ryan fight and them seeing that like you said, the power just ain't gonna translate up here at 40 or whatever.
And remember, see, you gave him the benefit of the doubt. And you said, wait, maybe this kid, because I said the same thing. I said, maybe he killing himself so much to make 35 that it's taking some of his power away. And some of us was like, oh, we might be right, because the first thing he did was drop Prograis.
And then you saw the
clip. Yeah, then he sat on the stool and you heard, what did you hear his father say? Nah, don't take the easy way out and knock him out. I want you to punish him. Now it's looking like, man, even if he wanted to, he couldn't knock him out, dog. Like, now that's how it look. You know, so, and another thing with Devin, though, Devin don't throw his punches as properly as you would think.
Right, yeah.
Well, I did not catch it until I saw him hit the heavy bag. It did not dawn on me until I watched a clip of him. It was leading up to the Prograis fight, and he was hitting this huge old school Everlast bag. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm watching him, and I'm trying to see, is he really turning into everything?
You're turning the hook, yeah.
And he really wasn't. He was everything up. If you looked at everything, looked right. Like you heard the pop, you saw the turn, but from the feet up is not right. From the waist up, everything is perfect. I mean, perfect when he throws it. But from the waist down, it's not right. And you're always taught punching ain't got nothing to do with up here. It starts from the bottom up.
Yep. All in your legs, yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be a interesting fight. But he got it once Curry get past this opponent this weekend tomorrow. We will be definitely analyzing. JR, you gonna be on for post fight tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Let me know.
All right. As soon as the drink go off, we
and guess what? I get off at 2 tomorrow, so I'll be here watching the fight. I'll be ready, boss. I'll be ready, boss. I ain't crossing the gun line, boss.
Sweet, but I'm going Gary. God, do I want to go stoppage? I say Gary in round 10. Yeah, I go Gary about round 10. Think early Puello's range and craftiness. It give Gary something to get by, but once Gary realized he can't pop him and hurt him, Gary he gonna put that press on him and get him up out of there round 10. What you got, JR?
I'm thinking about Devin right now, man.
Oh, poor Devin. Damn, Devin, what you do to them peoples?
Not make no money. Y'all heard that the zone ain't paid Devin and Ryan yet? Did y'all see them tweets?
Oh, yep. Nah. I ain't see that. Dang.
We are a month since that fight, and they saying they ain't got paid yet.
I saw that. They both. He's like, I know we don't like each other, but where's our money at? Shit.
That's crazy. And honestly, I done heard so many stories and rumblings about this. First of all, what I'm about to say is still no excuse to pay the fighter. The fighter goes in there, risks his life for an art form, taking something that's barbaric and brutal outside of this arena and taking it into this arena and making it a spectacle and making it some beautiful art. It still doesn't take away that as beautiful as somebody, especially somebody like Devin, how he boxes, how beautiful he can make it look, he's still risking his life. Yeah. So no matter what, he deserves his money. I don't give a damn. I've heard of fighters getting their check or paying their team a day or two later but I ain't never at that level. But I ain't
Month, man,
never
that's
heard
crazy.
a month. I've heard getting your last bit of back end um going into a month,
Yeah,
but
after pay per
never,
views, pay-per-views
never
gotta be
the
calculated
front
and things.
gate, never the immediate purse gate. The immediate purse you're supposed to be getting, it should already be some, especially at that level. A lot of times, if especially with that amount, because I think they were both getting 20 million or something like that, or some like or 35 million, something like that. That you're not gonna just put it ain't like fighting for 160,000 or 100,000 where they're gonna have to give you a check right there in the dressing room or they're gonna give you a duffel bag right then and there or something.
Mm-hmm.
That big, that much lump sum of money,
Yeah,
that is already in your account once you come out the dressing room.
yeah.
By the
It's
time they take your robe off and say fighters to the center of the ring, they are the money. What did Panama Lewis say? The money's good. The
yeah,
money's
huh?
good right
Yeah,
there. The money's good.
they
You
should
know,
definitely have the money in escrow somewhere.
yeah. So I'm a little as a fighter who has been in training camps, and I will never tell the fighter's name, but I will tell the promoter's name if he pisses me off. But he didn't pay a particular close fighter of mine one time, and and you just don't. And once again, it goes back to what I always say. It pisses me off when the most dirtiest and cruddiest things done in this sport is done by the people who ain't never put on that cup, never put on that headgear, never felt what that 3 minutes feel like, what a liver shot feel like, pushing yourself, throwing up, still having to finish two more rounds, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sad part. But with Devin, man, I think it's probably because I've heard from multiple people he don't sell, or it's you taking a loss, kind of like you needed a spectacle for the fight. And Ryan was that big spectacle that
Mm-hmm.
Devin needed to where it was a guarantee we gonna make some money
Yeah,
instead of just breaking even or just
yeah,
slightly breaking over even.
yeah.
And I think that might be, yeah, people be like, what you mean get him up out of there? No, Uncle C's is not bullshitting. There
Mm-hmm.
is a thing in the sport where they're like, man, we gotta get him up out of here, bro.
Yeah,
He's not this or he's not that
not
or
that.
he
Yeah,
did this behind the scenes and we didn't
yeah.
like it, man. Oh yes,
Mm-hmm.
indeed.
Oh
Even at the
yeah.
local level,
Oh
even
yeah.
at the local level, like, oh yeah, I got something
Gotta
for
get him
him.
up out of here. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got yeah, yeah. They gotta protect the image of the sport and, and the brand. They gotta protect the brand. So, but and what you think about one thing that I said a long time ago?
yes, sir.
Piggybacking off what you said, I said it's three things that they look for in a fighter as far as who's gonna be that superstar. Three things could carry you to a superstardom:
Hmm.
debilitating knockout power,
Yes,
the gift of gab,
yes.
Yeah.
or just the most flashy and crowd pleasing style.
And if you got all three, oh my god.
Yeah, but if you got one, they can sell you.
Yep.
But other than
Man,
that, and I'm looking at Devin, I'm like, he has none. That's the only fault I ever had on him. It's like you don't sell yourself, you don't sell the fight, you don't have the gift of gab. Bill does that for you, right? You're not knocking nobody out, and and your style's pretty boring. Floyd had the gift of gab. Floyd could sell himself.
Yeah.
So
Florida
that
picks you off to make you
yeah,
want to spy it to see if he's gonna at least get a bloody nose.
and make you want to see him lose. And that's one thing. That's what
Man,
I'm saying. You look at
remember
Rolly.
the
Rolly's not even a great fighter, but he can sell
exactly.
himself. He sell himself.
Broner too. Not a great.
Broner sell
Oh, your
himself.
camera off, Uncle Sheik.
Oh yeah, I know. I had to
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
run right fast upstairs and come back down. So
Man,
you know,
like for instance, with Floyd, he he pissed you off. Like for instance, the Cotto fight. That was a beautiful fight. If you like, you know what, that was a great fight. But you know how many people I was around that was just happy to see him get a bloody nose.
You see him
Because
get
remember,
hit. He got hit.
Cotto was hitting him with some shit, and
Yeah.
he admitted it. I don't know if y'all ever seen the documentary 30 Days in May or 60 Days in May or something like that, where he before he goes to prison, And he would come back to the dressing room. He said, "Man, I might have to retire after this." And he was like, people started laughing. He said, "Nah, man, I'm serious, man. He's hitting me with everything uppercut. Look, he was wouldn't stop." And people were so happy that he got buzzed a little bit in the Cotto fight. And then the bloody nose, people were jumping for freaking joy over that. And I'm like, dude, he's gotten bloody nose. He's one of them guys who had bloody noses coming up as an amateur and pro. So like, if you get to him quick enough, his nose will start bleeding. Like, so people was looking at it like, like they just made them so happy.
Everybody, when people talk to themselves, they're thinking the Cotto won.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, Cotto fighting beautiful, but man, Floyd he actually stood there for the crowd. Like he actually stood there longer for the crowd. But with Rolly, for instance, Rolly still had a wild side of the way he was gonna crack or whatever. But with Devin, you got his father yapping, and everything. So they were trying to get it off of that. And get it off of, well, he boxed this person and that person. And remember I told you, Devin's father is like that girlfriend at the party who ain't doing James that shit, but she gonna talk more shit than her boyfriend that he gonna do this and that to you. It's Devin, to me, it just makes no sense. I don't know. Some people want to say he getting his comeuppance a little bit because of how certain things are. When I don't want to say that because I'm still like I always say, I don't care if I dislike certain things about you or dislike you, period. If you know what that 3 minutes feel like, I want to see you make some money. So, but he just sometimes he's had guys that he could have got up out of there if he would have really took his time and really made sure he sat on some stuff. And I don't think even with Kambosos, I believe that he could have got Kambosos out of there both fights. And we probably don't even have this conversation as in depth as we're doing right now. And then on top of that, the sales and stuff like that. I've heard, you heard fighters even say, "Man, you don't even sell out your hometown and you don't do this and da 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 da." And people saying that, they breaking even with him or they break just barely over even. And the Ryan fight was supposed to be the fight where guarantee we're going to be good with this. We're going to be good because this dude is a train wreck over here and this is going to be this, so this is going to be good, And I don't know, man, but yes, y'all, how this sport is, they can get you out. But I never forget, I'll tell this story. I'm not going to say the person who said his name. I was supposed to fight. This is the amateurs. I'm supposed to fight at Rosecroft on a show. And I hurt my shoulder. And my left hand, Dad was like, "Nah, man. Go ahead. You go ahead. You got a midterm coming up anyway. Don't even, So I think I went to the fight with Dad. I think this one I did go. But I wasn't with my dad. I'm off on the other side. And I saw this particular person. And I said, "Hey, whatever," and then walked away. I come to find out later she's talking, and it was a few of them. And they were talking to Dad, and they said, "Man, if he wasn't sick, he'll be all the guy. He have a good chance, and is against anybody here because he got the exact. He can box, he can fight. His power. He don't have knockout power." But he had his speed as his power, and he doesn't mind walking you down and try to break you down. Because they saw what happened in a sparring session, so they knew that I ain't mind walk you down and trying to stop you. So it was like he got a smile that lights up a room. He talks very well. He said, if he's able to stay, tell him my dad is, if he can stay healthy, even if he loses, he's gonna win. Oh, father, look, he said, "What?" My father said, "What?" And he was like, "Nah," and you know how my father, "Nah, if he get whooped, he get whooped. I mean, no big deal. If he lose, he lose." He said, No, because he got the right image that we want, that we could put on the max and really push you. He could be another Sugar Ray with the looks and how he talks and how he fights. And he was like, "We'll make sure even if he loses, that he makes sure he wins." because to get him where we want to get him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I saw that jump with one particular fighter for a certain local fighter from here, and he cracked him and dropped him, and that fight was supposed to be stopped. The boy had just came back from the USA thing, had his USA outfit on for the kid from here. Not gonna say his name, kid dropped him, hurt him bad. Man, the guy was still woozy. That fight was, in the amateurs, as soon as you show you slightly woozy after a devastating knockdown, they stop him.
Yeah.
And they let it go and they had him win even because they couldn't let this USA team kid lose in this tournament to this kid. And I was like, so yes, y'all, it could really be that type of party, from the amateurs to the pros, where they could sit there and even where I got to started being in the pros a little bit, Jared Shaw, because I could say this name because it's on my Instagram, but Jared Shaw was like, I said, oh, that's Jared Shaw, Gary Shaw. I'm gonna go shake. He was like, Constitution Hall. And he said, I said, Mr. Shaw, I just wanted to shake your hand because I saw what you said about Chico Corrales and Andre Ward when somebody called you a prick. And you said, I don't care if you call me a prick. I care about my guy with the 8-ounce gloves on. That's my guy. And he said, oh, thank you for that. He said, Hollings. I thought I had my fight jacket on with my name on. I'm like, he said, Hollingsworth, right? I'm like, how you got a life? Why do you care about who? How you know who I am? And he started laughing. He said, how's your hand? How's your health doing? How's school? I said, how do you know all this? He said, yeah, I know about you. First of all, where's your dad? Because I don't want to talk to you without your dad's permission. I called dad on dad. He's like, yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. Dude was like, hey, I've been watching Don for a couple years. I'm the one who signed Gary Russell Jr., Kenny Sims, Danny Garcia. And Donald, if he's able to stay healthy, he's got the goods and we'll love to sign him. And I'm like, this cannot be real. I'm literally in Constitution Hall on a different, I'm having an out-of-body experience. And he said, yeah, with you, we could do this, we could do that. And they telling me how they can take this fighter and do this, set this up, move this guy out the way, put you here, because he's not doing it. And they'll tell you about how another fighter on the roster's doing. Yeah, because we had higher hopes for him, but he's not doing this. And I'm like, so yes, y'all, even though Devin's a world-class top 3, top 5 ranking fighter, the powers that be, they really want to get you out of there, even though Devin is a power that be himself because he's paid the right. He's not under anybody. He paid the money to get to where he needed to be and fight the guys, and he didn't care. Whatever the price was to get Jorge Linares, he paid it to get him in the ring so he could have him on his resume. It's still, when it comes to them networks, nah, man, they gonna get you up out of there if you ain't doing certain things a certain way.
Yeah, you gotta bring the numbers. But next fight, David Benavidez versus Alexander Gvozdyk for the
I want to know what y'all think.
WBC interim world light heavyweight champion. So same thing, interim belt could be next in line for that belt. So yeah, see what you think about it. You muted, bro.
Sorry about that, fellas. I've been back and forth handling some other stuff with my kids. So I'm here though, man. Fans, I'm here. But I'm with Benavidez all the way on this one, man. I just think he's gonna be more stronger because he jumped up in weight and he got a statement to make at that weight. So he gonna have to win and one thing about him moving up to any weight class, he has some very fast hands. So he puts his punches together in combination and bunches. It'll be a big, tall guy like that. And then he normally breaks his opponent. So I think he's gonna break this guy down the same way. So I'm with Benavidez on this one.
All right, JR, what you think?
Benavidez should do fine, but I think they sleeping on the nail. His nickname is the nail. I've watched him for a long time. I watched him for years. I remember when he was winning every round. I forget what fight it was. The one loss he has. He was winning, and then he finally got stopped. He kind of was winning the fight, like he really was winning. This guy is a good CPAT. Who was it?
Beterbiev.
Yep. And that was just Beterbiev got just too strong caught up to him, but he was giving Beterbiev some problems, in a lot of in big spots. This guy is an esteemed amateur. He was in the mix with Bivol, in the mix with Beterbiev and the amateurs. They all know each other very well. I just wonder, is he too old? Because I remember after that Beterbiev fight, he said, I'm retiring. He said, I'm done.
He retired
for
3 years.
Mm-hmm. And you wonder, is that 3 years refreshing? Or is it, no, you should have just stayed retired. You didn't need this shit anymore, But skill-wise, I think early on he may give. I won't say he will. I say I won't be surprised if he does give Benavidez some problems. With his Olympic style, with the C pattern, with the in and out, the off time and in and out Russian style, and he's gonna also give something that I don't think no opponent has given Benavidez, and that's this. Instead of having your hands here and giving him a chance to inch in, you're purposely running him into this, and then you give him this to look at like a fly, like you sitting there worrying about the fly at the picnic. It's like, man, get this on my face type of thing. You remember Usyk did it to Fury a couple weeks ago, where he would go up and down, move his hand, and then the whole time he inching a little closer.
Yeah.
Now with
game of deception.
Yeah, with Nail it can go both ways. He can do it to maybe get in and get a stab in, but because we know you don't want to be on the inside with Benavidez unless you have no other choice but to and fight your way out and then reset to being back at a distance. But with this, he could do it to keep the distance where he wants it to be on the outside. And once again, if I'm his trainer, like I said last week about one of the fighters you asked me, I'm sitting them on the stool, I'm telling them in the dressing room, telling them at training camp, everything, all the way back up to when the fight. So if we got by round 5, we got the crowd booing, we doing good.
Doing good, yeah.
We doing right. We doing everything right. You pick it up when I tell you to pick it up, though. Let's get this guy frustrated. But at the same time, I don't know if he hits hard. I know he's not faster than Caleb Plant. I know he isn't slicker than Caleb Plant. But his amateur pedigree could give slight problems with that Russian style, that type style.
He got some tricks.
But I'm wondering, he walked down Boo-Boo. Walked down Caleb. Might just be another guy he walks down, he closes the distance on as the fight goes on.
Yeah. One thing I wonder is the size going, like, which are going to play a factor because, this the biggest dude he fought now. So it's like it's going to be a little harder. What, it's not the biggest?
No, I doubt it.
Oh, you don't think it's going to be a problem?
Yeah, I don't think so because he's been dying to get to this weight class for how long?
Oh, yeah.
This is basically like, oh, okay, this ain't too big for him, basically. Like, if he was to go to cruiserweight, I might say, it might be slightly too big. But going up to 75, it's like, all right, this is where he should have been for a year and a half now.
Wow, yeah. But I was just saying, like, it's going to be a little harder to break him down at 75. That's the thing I'm saying. I think it's going to be a little tougher to break him down eventually. I think he's going to get to him, but he's going to have to put in a little more work. Just to get him up out of here.
Yes, sir. Understood.
For me, I think the speed is the major factor in this. The hand speed. Vaz probably gonna have the footwork advantage or whatever, but I think the hand speed and just the constant pressure, especially like this is third fight back from his retirement or whatever. But he had what? Like all of them was like 10 rounders or something like that. But I think
That's good. First
he
fight
knocked.
back.
No, this is third fight back.
I mean, third, but like you said, all of them were 10.
Oh, no. His first one was 6. Then he had a 10
Oh,
and an 8. Okay, yeah. But he ain't been more than 6 rounds since he been back. So it's gonna be, we're gonna see how the endurance if the endurance could go 12 rounds, with him coming back and not having to go that distance or whatever. But I think that's what's going to be. I think same thing. Probably him getting him out of there in about 9, getting the stoppage. Fosdick might start wearing down around 7 or 8, 7, 8. So he'll get him out of there around 9, 10, maybe. That's what I go with.
I concur. I believe so too.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, I think early on gives them same like Boo Boo, same like Caleb, slightly giving them some issues early, but just too many punches, too much fearlessness to get hit, too much size, punches and bunches, and he's a nuisance pressure fighter. Like, he one of them pressure fighters that's just a pain in your ass because he not taking no combination off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that is everything is 8 punches, 6 punches, 4. Like I rarely ever see this dude throw, 2 or 3 punch combinations.
Just a 1-2. When the last 1-2 you do?
Yeah, that thing is annoying, bro. Like, god dang.
Yeah. One thing he can't do in this fight is take punches, because sometimes he will be willing to take some shots. Defensively he ain't been as sound as he need to be, but now coming up to this weight class, he really got to start to step up his defensive acumen. Definitely.
Yeah. Like I saw him do a lot of good work with Andre Durrell, moving his head and pulling in and going here, whatever. And of course, you still in there with an Olympian, great fighter, Michigan Hall of Famer, world champion, and Andre Durrell. And Andre Durrell was still getting his licks off.
That was some great work, though.
Oh man! Oh my God! You know, people watching, they say he's retired.
Yeah, that was some great work to see.
They like, he retired.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, man. But I think it should be I think this is going to be a good welcoming up to the weight class. But what's next? Because he has to let the Canelo thing go. Let it go.
He said.
Not saying he isn't.
He said that it's over. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm moving on. I want to take over this division. Canelo, whatever. I don't want to think about it. So
if he wasn't gonna fight you at 68, he damn sure ain't thinking about. He ain't even gonna look across the street at your ass.
Yeah.
He gonna walk past you and have his head down.
Yeah.
At no damn 75. Oh, you want to fight Munguia? And then at the end of the fight, come on. Man, shut the fuck up.
He's faking.
Because it was already in the grapevine. It wasn't out publicly yet, but it was already in the grapevine that, he's going up to 75. Oh, I can talk shit now because we all know he's going to be definitely too big for me to fight. It look like he's taking on me if I fight him at 75.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kovalev wasn't.
Anywho, can't tell the truth these days, but because you look at his box records, a lot of guys who were coming off of losses or were been in too many wars or were getting old.
He's on coming up from 47. Coming up from 47 and 54.
He's on his Floyd shit now. Where all right, I earned it. I can go ahead and just pick these, but no matter how weird the shit looks, I'm just gonna pick it and be fine with it.
Oh, Amir Khan? Yeah, I'd fight Amir Khan. Amir Khan need to fight Wilder next. Go ahead and get Wilder to fight. Fight him.
Man. And he only fought Triple G because I heard through the grapevine they forced him.
Made him fight him, yeah.
They made HBO, not like Triple G, but HBO.
HBO said, look, bruh, we can't keep doing this. Can't
Yeah.
keep doing this, man. Anybody, you fighting Triple G. This is what you want to keep fighting over here. You fighting Triple G.
Which
It is
was
what it
weird
is.
to me because the second fight, the first fight, but the second fight, man, he stood there and he worked. Like all that stuff you see him doing the Miz, he did it the second fight in the
Yeah,
pocket, which pissed
yeah.
me off. But anyways, with Benavidez at 75, the boogeyman got to see another boogeyman for once.
You was just him and Better Be? Or him and Bivol?
Ain't even who I'm thinking. Not even who I'm thinking about.
Oh, who you thinking?
David Morrell.
Yeah, Morrell's still at 68. Morrell can have 68. I want Morrell to stay down
You
at
know,
68.
you know we're
And
gonna come up to 75 soon.
I want
That's gonna
Morrell
be.
to run 68. Nah, I'm scared of that fight.
Oh,
Man.
you don't want that to happen.
Benavidez, my man. But Morrell, my man too. Morrell is like that,
He got
bro.
you nervous. He got you nervous for your boy.
Morrell is like that, bro.
Man, man,
Man. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. I said this on my page, but now I get to go a little more in depth with it. Mm. Look, Benavidez has everybody backing him right now.
Mm-hmm.
For the past 3 to 4 years, everybody has had his back. From active fighters to retired fighters to fans, everybody backing Benavidez. Benavidez getting talked about on First Take. First Take don't talk about no boxing, and when they do, they talk about it coming into the last 30 minutes of the show or whatever. Yeah. And they're like talking about this is a travesty, whatever. And Benavidez, if he say, I say it like I said it on my page, I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna repeat it verbatim. You got all these Benavidez, if you watch this, you ever see this clip anywhere, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy. But you know there's a slight debt you gotta pay. Because you got the whole boxing world having your back right now. And going against their darling, which is Cinnamon. Mm-hmm. And with that now, it could easily turn against you if you go and don't fight Morrell when the time comes. It's not time right now. You have no reason to fight him right now.
Yeah.
This is what, June, what's today? June 14th?
14th, yeah.
This is 2024, June 14th. There's no need to fight Morrell right now. It does not mean that you're ducking him. It's not time right now. It's not juicy enough. Angelo Dundee, you say the fight's not juicy enough yet. It's not going to be a big promotion.
Yeah, Morrell got to build himself to that status. That's all.
Exactly.
And he will.
He will. But when he does, you got to pay back that love and know what it feels like. Remember what it felt like to not get your just due, your shot. Because you can beat Morrell, but that fight could be a war.
Oh, will be.
Which I know that you're willing to go in, and I'm pretty sure he is too. But you have to pay that debt back when that time comes.
I got David doing that. I don't got him pulling no moves like that. Plus, he a dude that is like he said. He just willing to go and make the big fights when the big fights present itself. He coming up to 75. He want to take over. He want to take on everybody. Like personally, I don't even want him fighting Beterbiev. Wait till he retire. But you know, he's a dog.
I think he beats Beterbiev. Honestly, too much activity. Works too much.
Activity. Beterbiev is just he's such a professional.
Big enough.
He's so slick, man. He's
arms
slick,
long
man.
enough. I think he'll be able to get his punches in between and give Beterbiev some serious problems. And then when Beterbiev chooses to try to pick it up, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, I got a thing I want for Beterbiev myself though. Think if he wins, the fight against Bivol, because he's on his last leg too. He's pushing 40.
He said he might fight till he's 48. He said, I feel great, man. Get the man shit.
Not with these youngers coming up.
Look, I'm not Muslim like him, but I don't drink. I never drank. I never smoke. I've always taken care of my body. And I'm 33, still sparring, helping these guys get ready for big fights. And even now, I'm like, man, told my girlfriend a couple months ago, like, man, she's like, yeah, how long you gonna keep doing this? I said, I ain't trying to be 36 still in training camp, trying to sign contracts for training camp to be sparring, man. Fuck that shit. Like, man, hell no.
Yeah, not taking no punches all that time, nah. But
Hell no.
what I want for him though, I want him to go ahead, undispute this joint, and then go ahead up and fight Usyk at Cruiser.
Oh.
I think that's a great fight. That's a lot of money too.
But
the what you call it? I forgot. Just thought about it when you said but. I was like, ooh, Russia and Ukraine, would they even do it? But that might be a selling point.
Yes, it could be, but you got to think of how they carry themselves. Them two, they're not gonna be like, I hate to say, but Americans, where it's gonna be like, yeah, you got some guys who fake like they don't like each other just to sell the tickets more.
Yeah.
And so, but the type of Republican junk from their country, I don't even think they would do that. But yes, they are in America, so that isn't too much of a big problem. But my thing is, if it does happen, if that isn't a problem and we're over that hurdle to maybe make that fight happen, my worry is a Roy Jones type thing. And what I mean by that is Usyk weighed in at what when he fought Fury last week? What, 225?
220 something, yeah.
So you're talking about him cutting. Let's say
he said he coming back. He said he coming back down to Cruiser to defend his titles at Cruiser.
Yes, but he has to do it the right way. He can't just do like Roy Jones did and go from 205 back to 175 and just strip. That's it. Just basically stripping muscle. You remember how Roy was straight muscle. He was not no fat boy by the long shot. Yeah. And with Usyk, I maybe want to say 15 of that might be, or 10 of that might be fat, maybe. Mm-hmm. But the rest of that is going to be sheer muscle. Yeah. So he might have to. So now you really rolling the dice because you saying, okay, we want to get him back to cruiserweight, but that process may take 2 to 3 years. Yeah. So it say, all right, he fought at 225. The next fight we fight at 217. Then the next fight that we fight at 215. The fight after that we fight at 210. The fight after that we get down to 206. Then we get down to 203. Like it's a gradual. And hopefully we get down there and still say, damn, you still got to get past. You still got to get down to 195 or something like that, 198. Yeah, and still be like how you feel, how your body feel. Yeah. So that's the big word for me.
Best thing about heavyweight is he ran through his camp and didn't have to cut no late weight. So him cutting that late weight, he probably could have cut about 10 more pounds if he'd have been trying to make a weight. He probably could have weighed in something, but he probably ain't really spend no time trying to cut weight for this fight. Realistically, he just came in shape. Because, it was heavyweight. So, I mean, I would imagine, he got bigger. Got a lot bigger. But I imagine it's not probably, because he's going back down to cruiserweight. I don't think he really want to campaign at heavyweight. He just wanted to make that history, I guess, But, he coming back.
I ain't knocking him for it. Yeah. Just don't hurt yourself trying to continue to make history. Don't hurt yourself trying to get to making some more history.
Yeah. But last fight, main event, Gervonta Davis, Frank Martin.
Well,
I love this fight, man. Did you hit? Oh, nah, he ain't. Yeah, I love this fight, man. I'm spooked though, cause Frank a good fighter, bro.
Yeah.
Frank's a real good fighter. A lot of pressure, a lot of speed, and shown a good chin. He got the tools. He got the tools, but experience is what he lacks. So
Yes.
that's the thing that spooks me about this fight. What you think, Jr.?
Now I want Uncle She to go. I want y'all to go first. I'm gonna feed
Shit.
off of y'all with this one.
I'm here. I've been back and forth handling some stuff with the kids upstairs, so I've been back and forth with you. I'm still here, but for me, Frank, what I've noticed today from watching him, and I did a analysis of the comparisons of their power. I noticed his power is a little more like I compared it to a dump truck versus a Mack truck.
Hmm.
I said um, his power is more like a dump truck. It's a 30 pounds of pressure difference in punching power between them two, in my opinion. The way that that he sets up the power, Tank sets it up and places placement is a little much more better. And I noticed that he do more punching in bunches when he about to stop his opponent. He outwheels his opponents with his strength. You know, that's when his little body. That's when he uses his. That's when he like has a high muscle endurance type of. He's a more high muscle endurance type of a fighter opposed to Tank is more skillful. I hope, just like Calvin stated yet today or yesterday, hope he give Tank some adversity so the world could really see what Tank really does when he can box. The world has not been able to see. Me and JR saw it plenty times, but the world haven't saw it. And I just got Tank knocking him out by 8 intentionally. I think he could knock him out in 3 or 4, but I think he's gonna get him out of there by 8, just to curry you
Yep.
and show you guys, show the people a different Tank that has always been there. They want to show. Trust me, Calvin didn't want to showcase that box.
Oh yeah.
They want to showcase. They want to show y'all how well of a boxer Tank is, but I guess it's no need that those that was paying the bills is
Night
the
night.
knockouts.
Night night.
I just don't think Frank is gonna be able to withstand. And I got Tank beating him with body shots. I don't know why. I don't know
I know
why.
why. You know why. You know what
yeah,
you saw.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what you saw.
yep. Tank's going to beat him by body shots, and I don't mean he might not stop him to the body. I mean the body shots gonna make them hands drop.
Wound out. Yeah.
Body shots gonna make them hands drop, and I think a right hook gonna end up getting him out of
Yeah. And man, body shot's gonna make the hands drop and it's gonna slow his feet down, slow that
there.
athleticism down.
So all that old
Like that's what
punches
Frank's.
bunches and stuff. Yeah,
That's what he is. He's an athlete. He could move. He could get in
yeah.
and out. His hands move fast. Them body shots really gonna break that down, strip that down. Now we here. What you gonna do now? You know.
And um, Leonard Ellaby was stating it very well. This is when you know. This is where you gonna learn. There's levels to this. This is where Frank's going to learn today that there's levels to this shit here. And I really felt every last word he said when he stated that. So round 8 for me, the body gonna make them hands fall. This boy ain't never been in this circle, been on this level. And Earl had a great point too. I like what I heard Earl stated, but it's not gonna work for Frank either way. Earl was stating that all of us have never once upon a time been to the big show, and this was our chance. When it was a chance for us to get there, and we got there. And look at us. But Earl Spence's point is valid, but it's not valid for who he is in front of.
Yeah.
That statement would be a great statement for someone that he was fighting on a lower class C to B class level. We dealing with Tank. Tank's an A+ fighter. Frank is a B+ plus fighter, bleed B or B fighter. But it was a word that people say they feel as though Tank kind of handpicked him. I don't think so. I think Tank saw he undefeated fighter. It's a worthy task. I've seen some fighters take less tasks than this and get more money. So I don't think it's as a walkthrough as people think. I know he's going to win. I know he's going to defeat him. He sparred him, so he know a little about him. He knows his punching power. But I just think they picked this guy for a reason other than just knocking him out.
Yeah, you watch the Rivera fight. You know, you can see what Frank can't do. Michelle Rivera was baffled, bro.
Right.
Nah, he wasn't baffled. He got shown up because I couldn't believe this boy did all that work, was having spectacular performances. Then he gets to fight Frank Martin, and me and Dad watching. I'm like, oh my God, he can't go to his right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, he couldn't go to his left.
Left, yeah.
I'm like, and that's the lead foot. How the fuck can you not go to your left? And you at the y'all hell, I'm dead serious. How the hell you in the top 5 and you can't go to your man? I would have let that have been me. I would have stabbed with this once. Man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, man, you act like you can't move or something. Like,
it was bad. Yeah. Frank gave him no business, yo. What'd you say?
Yeah, I man, 8 rounds is that's all I'm giving him. Now my predictions on the amount of rounds could be wrong. It might be 4, but I know he ain't going past 8.
Yeah,
could be faster, but not going past 8. 8 might be too late.
My question is, man, Earl, why you do that, man? Why you set your man up like that, man? Tank said you only here for the check. Tank said you only here for the check. You don't care. They don't care about you, man.
Remember what happened with Andrew Maynard and Bobby Chaz when Ray Leonard had Andrew Maynard? He was looking at him like, why the hell you putting him in there with Bobby Chaz right now? Like, man, because they thought Bobby Chaz was old. I went back and watched the old tapes, and Bobby Chaz gave him the working over.
Yeah.
And, it was just because the experience level. Because if you watch that fight, you be like, man, Andrew Maynard was in there with anybody else that night. He beats me with ease. Yeah. But he was in there. What was, I think Andrew Maynard's record at that time was like 12-0. Bobby Chaz's record was like 67-3 with 2 draws.
Yeah. You see that a lot, man. You see that so much in this sport, man. Like, it's like, y'all, you're jumping out there too fast. Slow down. Don't take that fight. You know, it's like But so yeah, I'm just joking with Earl, man. Even though I do think it's a little too early for Frank. I think that the experience is going to show. You know, I think it's the experience, and like I was saying the other day, like I was saying the other day, it's the experience, but also the experience under the big lights, the experience on the big stage, the experience of having to deal with media days, press weeks, press runs. All these fans outside of the hotel. You know, Frank never probably came down in the lobby and his fans in the hotel. He never signed this many autographs of people who noticed him. You know, all that. It's all part of it, man, and it's all gonna come to a head. And we're gonna see if he can handle it. But it's something that I can say I know he's not used to, and that's one advantage that Tank has amongst others. But yeah, my prediction, I'll say, I'm thinking, I say, I think early, Tank normally starts. No, I'm going to say early, Tank starts slow. Mm-hmm. First about 2-3 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Frank's going to be on the move and everything. You're going to be moving in and out, jab, you know. Probably start off a little slow, and then by about round 5-6 is when Tank gonna really start heating up and start cooking at him. And I say he get him out of there around 9-10. Yeah, I give him 9-10. 9-10 KO. Get him out of there. Um, Probably not knockout. Maybe like ref stoppage. Yeah, maybe a ref stoppage or a corner stoppage.
Okay.
About
You
you,
know
Cal?
what? I've been saying late stoppage all the time, but you know what? For tonight, I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna say third, fourth round knockout,
Okay.
early, catches them early. And I'm gonna tell you why. Of course, I still believe that it could be stopped late because of how Tank goes or whatever. But the sad part is with Frank's skills, he could really piss Tank off.
Yeah.
With his skill sets, he could give Tank some fits.
Yeah, Tank just be like, I fuck this. I'm getting a job. I ain't playing.
I know we forgot to mention too that Frank's a southpaw.
Yeah.
Tank ain't five southpaws. I think he said what, two southpaws?
His whole pro career, I believe. And
so, think about that too. Take that in consideration.
I felt like in the beginning, I'm like, dang, he could with his style, he could give Tank some fits. Yeah. You know, the mistakes that he makes with going forward, you know, he could run into stuff or whatever. But the biggest thing that's making me think he could maybe get caught early with some bull junk is his nerves get him so riled up that he started off fast after the first round. That he, instead of circling and buying his time, that he start off fast. And then you see, like right there, he's throwing the same shots over and over again on the inside, coming down a straight line. You can run into some bullshit, run into some nonsense.
Right.
Can't do that with Tank.
And with his skills set, that right there, look at the, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful ride since then. And my thing is that I would think with his skills he could maybe give Tank some real problems and have it turn into a little bit of a chess match in and out. But with his mistakes that he's done made and the problems with his nerves leading up to this, like earlier today with the joint back and forth the weigh-in. He would have told me so much better about himself if he would have got up there and never said a word and just stared at Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say a word. Look at him dead in the face without opening your mouth. Let him know you're not to be played with. Let him keep running his mouth. But he fell right into the bullshit. Oh, okay, I'm drawing back and forth. For what? It's useless chatter. You fighting in 24 hours. What are you drawing back and forth for? Nobody, you literally gonna go at it in 24 hours. Why are you talking to him for? What is there to get over? What could he have possibly have said that make you go, I ain't taking that goddamn. Why I oughta? You know what? And then start going back and forth with him for what? Yeah. And that on top of just his eyes, how he stares at Tank when Tank get close. Like how he look like he's immediately it's like it's like, and I'm not at all trying to compare Tank to this great that I'm about to mention, but it's almost like Sonny Liston all over again. Remember son, even with all the ass, all he said, man, you did a number on Sonny Liston, but he was a very scary guy, wasn't he? He was like 1976 or 75. He was doing an interview. He said, were you scared? Some people say a person who talks a lot is scared. So were you ever scared of Sonny Liston? He said, scared to death. Scared to death of Sonny Liston. Man. He admitted it. He said, "Oh, scared to death of Sonny Liston."
Yeah, why though? Shoot,
scared to death.
Right.
He's like, man, and Sonny Liston breaking people's arms with jazz, breaking people's faces with jazz and stuff, and sparring. They had the Everlast sending them special made gloves because his hands were too big, and stuff like that, and you heard the stories like with Sonny Liston, he would talk, they got their hairs prickle up. Roberto Duran, another one. Where your hairs prickle, guys like they really stand on edge a little bit. And I'm seeing that with Frank, where it's like this essence of his whole thing just changes. Now that could also mean a good thing maybe for Frank, where it's a scared animal is a dangerous animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
A man is most dangerous when he hurt or scared.
Backed in the corner.
And I feel like with his skills, he could maybe surprise us. And I said even for leading up to this, and I think I said it on here when we talked about it before. I think he's gonna have his moments. I believe in him enough that he'll have his moments. He'll have his spots here and there. But I could see him with a big ball of energy and then getting caught with stupid stuff, unnecessary stuff, to where he has mental lapses. And what I mean by mental lapses is he may do everything to a T that Derrick James says. I want you to go in and throw this, and slide in, pull in, and then just for a second he lands something good and feel good about it, and he stay there a second longer instead of just, hey, I got 9 more rounds to go. Let me back out and reset and do it again. That he stay there some more to land some more, and the next one get caught with some bull. Yeah. Like every time I think of this fight, I think Frank does something, get caught with some bull. Every time I think of a scenario of this fight, that he does good and get caught with some bull. And his experience level, if he had more experience, you would be like, man, this could be a problem for Tank. But with his experience level, I honestly could see, I said it in the last episode, where he does this when he gets hit with a good body shot. He'll do this, or he'll go and pull. Now, y'all, when you get shot to the body, you're supposed to do this, catch, or you do this. Like it's like an intimidation thing where you grab the glove, move it, and you pull. Move that, and like pull it, like, move it, feint or whatever. You catch it, move his hand, pop, knock his hand away, pop, boy, you bring your hand here. Just in case he tries to leap in with a hook off that, like, oh, he keeps knocking it this way. So once he knocks it, then I'm gonna leap in with a hook. Like boom, knock, boom, catch, whatever. And I could just see him doing that. He keeps doing this a lot. One time almost pulling his leg up. And to me, I don't think it's going to be a hook. I think it's going to be an under-over that starts the trouble. It's going to be an under, boom, body shot, like, boom, under, like a big Kid Gavilan, the Cuban chocolate, like under, from the 1950s, great fighter named Kid Gavilan was known for the bolo punch. And I could see it kind of being like that for 10 was like, and then come over top, pow, over, under, over, and that starts the trouble. Boom, 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 and then that's what starts the problems. And then then all of a sudden I'm getting a text message saying, "Junior, we loading up. Hurry up, we loading up. Come on, start the
show." Yeah, I think that the lead up to this fight is Tank's intention to get him to overextend himself. He's trying to get him to come in. He's trying to frustrate him. He's trying to piss him off enough.
There it is. That's the word. Overextend. There it is.
Yeah. He's trying to piss him off enough the way he come in and he just got so much to prove. I ain't no pussy. I ain't soft. I ain't this. So he trying to he keep putting this out there to try to make him
true statement.
Come in and really just bring it. So Tank gonna try to come in and catch him slipping, like experience wise.
Think of what you just said. You just put it all right there into perspective. Because look at what happened at remember the first press conference, the second press conference. What did Tank do? Forget about the sparring footage. But remember he goes, whether he was showing them sparring footage or not, when he pulled them close and said, everybody back away. What else? Do y'all remember what else Tank said? First, Frank had a straight face. He was cool, man, yeah, man, whatever, but was pretty much stoic. But do y'all remember the thing that started it all?
What?
He said he got that nice lady walking with him.
Oh yeah. I want that
his whole demeanor changed to the point where he didn't even try to go to the mic to talk. He leaned and you know how you lean on the two legs on the chair. hey, hey man, hey yo, don't do that. Like
Don't do
saying
that.
it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then when, that's what started him John. And you see Tank do this.
Got him.
Yeah, got him. Got him.
Got him.
Remember he kept doing this to the crowd.
Yeah.
Then he said, "Man, Then Tank started to get serious. He said, "Man, I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna break. See, y'all. Oh, all of y'all believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really believe he his character. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
really believe that he is what y'all think he is. I'm gonna show y'all he not what y'all think he is.
Mm-hmm.
How he walking around." And you saw Frank get pissed off even more when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started saying, "Man, you not from the hood. You from the suburbs,
Suburb.
whatever."
Yep.
And his brother was real low key, just doing this. And
Yep.
you see Tango, "Oh, you the
You.
big brother, ain't you? Ain't you?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he said, "Yup, I'm the big brother. Yep, I'm the big brother." And he said, and you see Tank, because if you come from that environment, or and one thing about this sport, you can grow up in the suburbs, but you go to a boxing gym, you're going to come across that element.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're going to learn the mannerisms and all this stuff, how to deal with that environment, especially if that gym is in that environment,
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
i.e. Hillcrest, among other gyms,
Mhm.
headbangers or whatever. So, but he said and you see Tank look at his body language, and you watch Tank stop talking, like he kind of just paused for about 3 seconds, no sound. He just goes, "You might be about that, but he ain't." Like he went, "You probably about that."
Yeah, I
Then,
can
but
see. I can
remember,
see it.
yeah, like he could see it, and then he go, "But you ain't, and I'm gonna show you ain't," and put his finger in his face. I mean, you ain't,
Right. Well,
and
all those
you
mind
see,
games, great tactics though. That takes
yes.
man. They
And what did Frank do? What did Frank do though, Uncle Steve? Instead of going, what the does that matter if by the
right.
time I started boxing, my brother had got us out the hood and put me in the suburbs?
Right.
Motherfucker, I know I can
That was
fight.
great.
Like,
Like
Yeah.
mother, because how was he said he was too? He stopped going and like he moved.
yeah, and I forget, but the thing was is that he said, "Man, ain't nobody from no fucking suburbs. I go hard." You fucked up by saying that
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
because it bothered you when it
Yeah.
shouldn't have bothered you.
Trying
Yeah.
to do that. He got him to the point where he gonna try to prove
Now
himself.
he trying
I
to prove
go.
himself.
I think. Excuse me.
He stay in that pocket too long, with shit, he gonna get cracked.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. And I think he's at the point where he's so frustrated that the game, just like remember how we talked about game plan, right? About lots of people
Yes,
have to
sir.
be fake game plan. I think this fight, it don't even matter game about the game plan because Tank got in his head so viciously this fight that I think the game plan or whatever he trying to come up with is gonna go out the window. And Tank that's how he gonna get clipped. He gonna get clipped. He gonna get countered. I think that body gonna start it off. Tank gonna break the body, and I think Tank gonna box him for about 3 or 4 rounds. Show people.
Yep. To stretch him out. See, because you know he ain't been on this level, and that anxiety of going 12 and the heat from the lights, the heat,
Man,
and oh my God.
all that
Like,
drain you too. All of it
yeah,
drain you.
I had to learn that in the amateurs. When they say, "Do not add your egg on right now." Like, because the heat, and then when you get in the ring, sometimes at arenas, remember if you watch the Manila fight, go look at when Ray Leonard fought Hearns, all these different fights outside or in a place of stadium that's hot. They'll
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, the degrees that day was 92 or 84, but the ring was 103
You're 100 something.
Yep.
Yeah.
because the
The lights.
lights and
Yeah.
everything else." And I did not fully take that in until I felt that. I'm like, God, dog
Yeah.
is hot up in this bitch. Like, man, it's like, God, man, you feel like that head gets suffocated. I wear an open head, and now I'm like, man, this ain't suffocating me, bro. This shit off.
Yeah.
Oh, God, dog. And I think that's what's gonna be. the thing because I think I was just saying, Uncle She, that I just feel like he might go out there and do exactly what Derek James gives him instructions to do each round, right? But let's say one of them instructions, he's doing it to the T, boxing to a T, winning a round, losing a round, winning a round, losing a round. And then all of a sudden he does something else, Derek James say, and they land clean. And instead of just, all right, landed clean, let me go back to resetting.
Go right back
and
to
I got you. And I'm going to set him up again and go back to it, but I'm going to reverse and go this way. He gonna then let it land clean. He gonna get overzealous, and then Joe, and that's when he gonna get caught with some bullshit. Trying to go too fast, going too fast.
Like Makes so much. Same thing happened. That's the same thing happened at Rolly fight.
Yeah.
He caught him with something. Tank caught it, but he ain't follow it up.
Yeah.
And then Rolly tried that same combo again, right back at it. Boop boop. Tank was like, "Oh, I got you." Bink, caught him right there.
It just shifted.
You can see it in his face. He knew he missed his opportunity the first time, because the first time he caught it and didn't pop it right back. So you could see it in his face. He was like, "Ooh, okay." And he came. Rolly came right back with the same jump. Boom!
Right back with the same shit. So what was the noise? Y'all remember the noise? Yeah. Oh my God! Shut your bitch ass up!
Yep. He gonna catch him though. Definitely gonna catch him with something nice.
Yeah, because I don't see nobody besides maybe Shakur giving Tank the problems that Mario Barrios gave him that night. Of course, some of them problems was because Mario Barrios was so tall and long, but he made Tank think. Like he was giving Tank issues. Like I remember I talked to, a few people from Tank team. They said Mario Barrios would have fought anybody else that night. He would have won. Yeah. That Bama was on. He was on.
Nice. Yeah, he been on there since too.
On that night, and he got better from that because those type of beats either break you or but he came back better. But that night he made Tank think. It made Tank have to reset. Made Tank have to do this change, and he made Tank really have to do it. You knew Tank knew he was going to get there sooner or later. But he made Tank have to, adjust and things like that. I don't see Frank as good as Frank can box. You got to think also for Tank, like, man, I've been in the ring with this person, and hell, just a couple years I was in with Mario Barrios. This kid not going to give me them type of trouble. I'm good. No matter what he do, I'm good. And I'm going to wind up breaking him down. I'm going to stop him.
Yeah, I'm with y'all, man. Well, the next topic is what, C's?
Oh, we're gonna talk about Floyd.
The Ellaby.
Floyd and Ellaby. It's over between them. So Floyd came out and announced that him and Leonard Ellaby has parted ways. Said he wished him the best, but Ellaby wants to spend time with the family. The standard statement when somebody part ways. So Ellaby wants to spend time with his family, and that Floyd is bringing in Richard Schaefer as the new CEO of Mayweather Promotions. So yeah, what's your thoughts about that?
I ain't going first. I want Uncle She to go first.
I think it's a good move for Ellaby to work with Tank more, but I think in business, you can shell a company or you can partnership at any time, limited partnerships, permanent partnerships when you incorporate in a company, and still be a title. Like I can say I'm the CEO of Mayweather Promotions and not be really, right?
Yes, sir.
But if he's put me as the face of it, that's what it is. But I think it's a publicity stunt because of the timing. You know me, I'm a conspiracy conspiracy.
Oh yeah, me too. Some of them giants don't be conspiracies.
Right.
I mean, some of them don't just be a theory. Some of them giants be fact, yo.
Yeah.
This one here, I think, just the timing of it, day before the Tank fight.
Always something.
Y'all come out with this statement and this observation the day before the Tank fight. Couldn't wait till like a month or weeks later. Floyd. Floyd, let me tell y'all about Floyd, man.
Yes, sir.
Even if the Mayweather brand, he don't even really need to be Mayweather promotion. I'm not talking about the money he made from investments or even from fighting. I'm talking about. You don't think Al gave him a piece of PBC? He's part owner of PBC. He don't need Mayweather promotions. You know what I'm saying? To say those is fight. All those PBC fighters are his fighters too.
Yeah, it's all one umbrella. That's all.
Yeah, it's all one umbrella.
So, Leonard is definitely holding it down for Tank, but I think he's holding it down for Tank for the overall investment of Mayweather Promotions overall. They just gave him his own space, no different than Floyd at one point saying that he was his own promotional company under Golden Boy, which he really was a Golden Boy fighter.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing play that they're working with Tank. Tank maybe have his own GTD promotions, but he also may still be a Mayweather fighter.
Yeah, you look at it
without saying it. You don't have to say it, because we didn't think Floyd was a Golden Boy fighter until 50 Cent incorporated the company. Tried to and found out the company was never. I'm talking about Mayweather Promotion, TMT at the time, was never a real promotional company as far as incorporated on the books as an LLC. Didn't have no structure and no form.
Yeah.
So 50 Cent realized that Floyd Mayweather was actually, since he's fighting on Golden Boy cards, he was more of a Golden Boy fighter.
Golden Boy fighter, yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't
look
think,
at. Go ahead. Now I'm just saying, you look at it, you can see the play. You know, you can see the play where they're trying to take over the country, in a sense. Schaefer has a good imprint in LA and on the West Coast, right? Then you got Earl Spence, who has an imprint in the South. Then you got Tank, who has his imprint on the East Coast. And those three companies are under PBC, right? And boom, now you got three different companies in different areas, different regions, who could really scout the talent, bring in the fighters, all under the same umbrella. You know, so that's just how I see it. I see it as just an extension or whatever. It's just extending or whatever. They're trying to boost Gervonta's reach
profile.
They're trying to boost his profile on this side. Schaefer's going to take over that West Coast side. Spence going to try to take over the South and do that. Because Spence said recently, I don't know how much longer I got fighting. I might retire to this one or the next one.
Rightfully so. Good for him.
So he said that. So he's starting to already think about his next endeavor or whatever. So you see that, and you see PBC going through this, especially with what's going on with Turkey. Possibly working with Top Rank, DAZN, Eddie Hearns, and all them. So you know what I mean. PBC know they're gonna have to really expand their operations in order to compete with that. And Schaefer has a good working relationship with Turkey as well. So, you know, that's a way to get involved in that situation as well. So I think it's a good move. I think it's a great move. Like, Ellaby, he's loyal to Tank. He's been really good for Tank's career or whatever, and I think Schaefer being the money man, the businessman or whatever, you get him in that situation on that spot, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong for me. So
I don't care. I could care less. I just want to see some fights.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if it's Turkey Out Cheek puts it all under one umbrella. I don't care if it's LB be the front man to talk more for Tang at promotions for GTD. I don't give a damn. To me, that didn't really even have to be announced now. Yeah. I mean, that was so whack to me. If this man's how are you gonna say that this man he wants more time with his family? How the fuck is he gonna do that if he's at Tank's promotion?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Tank get more fighters and things on his roster.
Really? When I hear taking time with the family, I'm hearing like Uncle She talking about Mr. Heyman, like we going to Newport News, we going to Newport News and we done. We got I'm not trying to, we not training, I just want to chill with y'all, watch fights and just relax, have dinner, whatever. That's what spending more time with the family. I'm done with this shit is.
Yeah.
Not, I'm done with this. I need more time with the family. But watch me go up these steps to the GTD stage. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. This shit whack.
Yeah. I just don't like the timing of the announcement. That's my thing.
I
noticed. And I think it, like I was telling my brother, he had inboxed me about it, Akeem. And I was like, they just running the WWE play, man. That's all I could think of. WWE. It's what's my guy name, the owner of WWE?
Vince McMahon.
McMahon versus
poor Vince. Vince
McMahon versus
Yeah, they went against WCW guys, and then he went against Steve Austin and
Bischoff.
Right, so
Eric Bischoff.
They treating Floyd like he Vince McMahon type of shit or whatever, and they running the same play with this him leaving Mayweather. It was never really. I mean, I know Mayweather promotions end up getting structured, but I still feel as though the fight. I mean, I still feel as though just call it like it is, fellas. Y'all are under PBC. All of them.
All of them are, but Al just an advisor. They need a promotional company.
Right. And it's a good thing because Al could still be advisor, and those promotional companies still can grow from it too, from him coming to the cities and stuff. But fellas, that's all our time, man. Tonight, man, it's time.
Yeah, it's time for me to call the guy. I'm burnt. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, big day tomorrow. Big fights to watch. Man, gotta get up to watch those.
That fight go off. Come in that room. I'll send you a link.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready. And I'm off Sunday, so I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. Big
ladies
fights.
And gentlemen. We're gonna bring this thing on in for the night. Without further ado, we thank you for coming in and joining us. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us all. The Second Wind Sports Media. Peace. This episode has been brought to you by Raw Vegan Plant-Based Protein Powder, the undisputed champion of plant-based protein powder. I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. Visit rawvegan.com.